All right, okay. What a start. Let's just go ahead and get into the actual action here. Ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to BTS Americas, powered by Squarespace. Here we are, and what a hell of a matchup we got for you today. It's semi-final action here as we have Team Archon, formerly known as NAR. They're going to be going against NoT today in their newly rejuvenated roster. To bring you the coverage, it's myself, KotLGuy, for behalf of Beyond the Summit, but I'm not going to be going at it alone. I'm going to be joined by the one and only, the yin to my yang, none other than Maut. The model guy returns. How you doing, my brother?
I'm doing good, man. Thank you for having me once again. Very excited for this
I can't
matchup.
hear you, Maut. I don't know if that's on me or on you.
Hello?
Could be on me. It's on me. Hi.
It's on you. I knew it was on you. I was like, I made sure I had muted myself. Damn it.
I got thrown off because you couldn't see it, but on the intro for the They're All Dead hype video. Now, I'm doing XSplit now, which is something you recommended. I've been swapping back and forth, because I've been having those troubles, and I'm trying everything. Trust me, people, I am trying everything to make sure we get the best possible stream without these drops or whatever. So I'm using XSplit, and apparently they came out with an update, a very fresh update. You can actually even resize it now by dragging. You don't have to do that view scale point thing that you used to have to do.
Yeah.
You can actually drag it, so I thought that was cool. But anyways, I guess I needed to pre-run my videos. I do the They're All Dead video. It's like
5 seconds.
I'm like, okay, enough of that. Let's just get started. Skip past it. And I forgot to unmute some of the audio channels. So anyways, Maut, I'm happy to have you back. I've missed you. I'm sure you're pumped, man. We got our Archon boys here going against the spicy Not Today squad.
Yeah, I was away a couple of days. I can't really say away, but I was busy. I was doing Dota Pit things, which ended just recently. That was a lot of fun. I missed some American Dota, which of course is always a problem for me. I always love watching American Dota whenever I can see it. And we have a pretty solid matchup here today. This is a pretty good rivalry. Archon versus Not Today. These two teams, in one form or another, have played against each other many, many times, going back to the first iteration of this squad. Going back even to, when Fog was on Dignitas, when KotLGuy was playing for Liquid. These two teams are not, they're very familiar with each other. Obviously, there's some new players, there's some new blood, there's some new talent. But it should be an interesting one, Dakota.
Super pumped here. So coming into this, it's no surprise that Archon are going to be the heavy favorites. They're about 85% favorites coming into this. If this was the old Not Today, back from, Summit 2, then it'd probably be closer to almost split down the middle, I'd say, Maut. But they have this new roster. They look pretty good. In the opening round, Archon, a small appetizer, not much of a test. I love my boy Lumdun, but they had to go through the snakes, which they stomped their way through to get to this point. Not Today opened up by playing Pain Gaming. No. Yes? Pain Gaming. Or is that Unknown played Pain Gaming?
I think that was Unknown.
By the power of production value,
BTS America. I got this. Not Today played Void Boys the first round. There we go.
There it is. Yeah, they made through Void Boys. Also, seemed a bit one-sided then. Void Boys, a roster that had been stable for quite a while. We were expecting a bit more. Ended up coming up a bit short, or maybe we need to give more credit to Not Today. We'll find out here. This is obviously going to be their toughest test in the American scene right now. So let's enough about hyping it up, Maut. Let's get into the actual nitty-gritty draft itself. Team Archon. They're going to be opening up with none other than the illustrious Ponyboy Leshrac. They get the Bruiser Spirit Breaker as their follow-up. This comes without, of course, banning out the Bounty Hunter Shadow Fiend. Then they followed up with a Naga and Alina ban. On the side of Not Today, they open up. They get an Earthshaker and a Rubik. And they ban out the Tusk and Queen of Pain, Undying, and Bloodseeker here. So already starting to feel like maybe Archon took a bit more advantage with what was left in the pool. I mean, don't get me wrong. I love opening up with a couple of, sweet little supports like your Earthshaker and Rubik. But I feel like there could have been options there they could have reached out for instead to really utilize that first wave of picks.
I feel like for the draft as it is right now in Dota, and for Captain's Mode in general, I think it's first and foremost, can we get Tusk? Secondly, can we get a good mid laner? Being, SF, being Lina, being Quap, obviously being the best one, being Leshrac. And then thirdly, I think, can we grab one of those solid support heroes? Can we grab one of those strong support heroes like a Bounty Hunter? So the fact that they ban out the Tusk is not surprising. That's going to see a lot more bans as we progress through this current meta game and we get towards TI. But then, of course, we have to worry about, you know, Leshrac, Quap, all these heroes, and Team Archon, they grab Leshrac first. And I mean, it's very good for a good reason. Lightning Storm obliterates creep waves. Not only that, but it also jumps to the enemies. It's got a pretty good radius in that regard. It's so hard to deal with that spam ability once it hits like level 2 and 3 Lightning Storm, specific level 3 Lightning Storm. It's so tough to deal with. So the fact that they can't grab the Quap, they can't grab the Shadow Fiend, they can't grab the Lina, is going to be, I think, troublesome. Not many heroes stand toe-to-toe with Leshrac. Quap obviously being the best one, but that's not available, so...
There are still some options. One I was going to throw out, but they just picked up Gyro. I was going to say AM has been something some teams fall back on to kind of pull it back in the late game and punish Leshrac for his ridiculously huge, you know, mana pool. But they look like to go for the Gyrocopter here. Centaur Warrunner, we kind of just brush over, but this is an off-laner, sometimes solo safe laner, that really is not in the grind anymore. Nowadays, it's more of your bruisers, your tusks, your spirit breakers, looks to get into action quickly. You know, back in the day, maybe it was more utilizing big ultimates like your Tidehunter, your Centaur, maybe, you know, Bat Rider used to be able to fall back in a jungle, but Centaur really was never there as an option, so maybe not today. Just feel like Centaur is something that they want to take advantage of. It's something they used to go for a lot. They played it a month ago against Team Unknown through their Latin circuit a couple of times here, even pulling out a Tinker in that kind of lineup, which we could potentially see. Could also see the Smash Ember still pop up. It's still an option out there. Both teams, though, Maut, ignoring the Winter Wyvern so far, which I find ridiculous. I have been fiending this hero in my ranked games. He is an all-star of a support. It's absolutely crazy what he could do. Arctic Burn, long range, easy harassment. Cold Embrace is obviously just game-changing. Good counterfight potential to save out an ally in need. And his ultimate is ridiculous. The range is long, works through BKB, and if you're able to target at a good time, it could just turn a fight right on its ass. It's crazy, Maut.
Yeah, I think he's really good, but he does suffer with some lack of mobility, and that's why I like the Shadow Demon pickup first, because I think he's a bit better in terms of mobility. They're already pretty slow. I guess they have the Spirit Breaker, though, which is fine, but then they go for the Winter Wyvern right after that. So as you talk about them not picking up the Wyvern, it is going to be grabbed. It's not super surprising this hero is picked up. It's, I think, the best hero to counter IO, for sure. It just crushes the IO no matter who he's with. It just destroys him with Winter's Curse. But not only that, it's just a really good lockdown, really good slow, a lot of damage coming through, especially early on. Very good defensive posture with Cold Embrace. Very hard to bring somebody down that is Cold Embrace. So I think it's a good hero, although they do pick up the Gyrocopter, which is kind of, it's iffy because obviously Rocket Barrage. There's also a lot of magic damage here. There's Rocket Barrage, Fade Bolt, Stomp, Hoof Edge, Fissure, Echo Slam, so it's not really the worst thing, you know, but they're not really picking it for the Cold Embrace, obviously. They're picking it for the reasons you mentioned, so it's a good choice for Archon. We'll see what they do next.
I always like to say it doesn't feel like they can get too aggressive, but you can get very aggressive with this. If they decide to make the Shadow Demon be like that 5 position, Wyvern can do the Soniko style thing, which I used to praise, like, oh, Soniko plays Wyvern a certain way, and now everyone's just kind of hopping on that bandwagon when they realize how good he is. But Soniko still plays Wyvern in a different way than a lot of people have been, you know, they have Wyvern as typically their 5, keep him as a babysitter in the lane, you know, and then there to initiate maybe with a Winter's Curse. Soniko gets early boots typically, and will float around that mid lane quite a lot and make sure he really secures a strong start for his mid laner and doesn't really find a home. He's constantly moving, he's building stacks, and he's dropping down wards necessary, and I think something that more teams need to be able to utilize here, and it's something we could see here now that Chad picks it up. But look at the round out here, Maut. We get the Korok, the infamous Korok Templar Assassin, and this comes after Not Today finish out with a Zeus pickup here. So what are your thoughts about the round out of this draft?
I think it's interesting. They go for Shrek, and that usually means, okay, we're going to send this goat man to the mid lane. He's going to have a great time. He's going to crush the lane, get good bottle charges, roam around a lot, and go from there. It might have been because the Zeus came out. I'm not sure. The Zeus versus TA matchup, it's okay. Early on, it favors Zeus a little bit, as, of course, you only have a couple of refraction charges later on down the road. TA does a lot better with side blades. I don't know. I'm not really a big fan of the one position of the Shrek. I haven't seen it work too often, but apparently Archon know what they want to do. And they're going to try to end this game within the 30-minute mark. That's kind of how Dota's been played recently, though, has just been, let's see if we can end this game particularly early. Even with anti-mages, man, like you won't see games go over like 40 minutes unless you have like a PL or something. So it's been kind of interesting recently.
We'll see. I mean, with the lineup they got right now, it would just be perfectly suited if this Wyvern does get a bit more mobile, but no boots on hand right here. You know, someone's going to look to build up those stacks for this TA, and, you know, maybe it could end up being fogged here. No, he doesn't have boots either, but, you know, someone needs to build up those stacks. His TA will be able to snowball. You get that new, you know, bargain price Desolator that TA loves to go for even early now and play aggressive. Then, as you pointed out, get that early Roche, and then you have that Lesh to fall back on. Hopefully that she's being able to snowball, create the space. You kind of sleep on Ush a little bit, and next thing you know, this Goat Man just becomes a serious problem on your hands. For the side of NoT today, the game plan seems a bit more well-rounded. A lot of huge team fight here. You got your Centaur to kind of set things up, whether it's to initiate or whether it's to kind of double back and look to go for a counter initiation. You have your Earthshaker who's going to be waiting the wings, ready to play. Zeus who's trying to be a lane dominator there. And then you just hope that your Gyrocopter is going to be kind of the janitor for your team and cleaning up any of these big team fights that you lead out. So we're going to be starting off what looks like a little bit of a pause here coming out from the side of NoT today. So we can take our sweet time with this Maut. I'll lead out our introductions here. This is game number 1, folks, of this best of 3 for BTS Americas, powered by Squarespace here. We only have 2 more series after this, or 3 more technically. We get to go into the actual final round, where I believe we are going to see, and I'll switch back to the bracket here, we have Complexity going against Summer's Rift. That's actually in the semifinals. And then we have Root Gaming Maut waiting for the winner of this series. Yep. And then we'll go into the finals, which is going to be, of course, a best of 5. So let's go ahead. I'll lead out introductions here. I'll take the luxury of your Radiant side, NoT Today squad. Leading out the front up here, we got Crawler. And apologies ahead of time, I'm not sure if they're sporting aliases here or if they got stand-in, so I'm just going to go with what I see. We got Crawler playing your Rubik. None other than me, Pastor Smash. He's going to be playing your Centaur Warrunner. Van's going to be playing your Gyrocopter. We got 6 on your Earthshaker. And Angel is going to be playing your Zeus.
On the other side, we have Archon, MSS, Mojo, Storm Stout, the Legend, playing the Speedbreaker in that offlane. Looks like solo for now. We'll see if they decide to change it up. Ush, the Goat Man, playing the Leshrac. Korok, of course, the Templar Assassin with the new beautiful Immortals. The Inscribed Focal Residence. He will be on the Templar Assassin. Then up into the top lane, we have Fogged, playing the Shadow Demon. And to round it out, it will be Chad or Bleak on the Winter Wyvern, leading up the way.
Man, that last series we did see when they were playing Snakes, Chad in that Omni Knight was just one of the performances that stood out to me enough to remember it. He was just all over the place. The heal bombs were ridiculous. Was that the game where they had the Tusk Omni combo?
Yeah, they did, yep.
That was just crazy. And they made it work beautifully here. These guys have been grinding. Now, I'm not trying to sound biased because I, obviously just seem to know a bit more information for Archon. I do have a couple of them on my friends list, and I can never even get in a game with them because, they are grinding scrims all the time. Every time I check them on my list, it's playing a game. And if you see that, that means they're in a private lobby. They're setting up. They're squaring off with the local talent, if you will, and getting prepared for Seattle. So these guys are serious here, and I'm sure they're looking to step out from the series 2-0 because, where you might slip up against a team like NoT Today, and maybe you'll still be able to come out with a victory in the series, you're not going to get that blessing if you're going against, Avicii Gaming, an EG, whoever, a Cloud9. They're not going to be as forgiving as maybe this NoT Today newer roster will be. So they want to make sure they're showing their best performance. Who knows if they're going to be hiding secret strats they're saving for Seattle. But I imagine they're looking to come out here with a solid 2-0.
Yeah, that's the biggest thing is do we show strats or not? I have to imagine they have some stuff hidden. I think every team has to. And for Archon, they have to do a lot of work, though. The thing is, they have to not only get to TI, they have to play in the wild card, try to get through that, and then go from there. So I don't honestly know how well they're looking to perform. Obviously, they won a 2-0 the series, like you mentioned, but we'll see if that's actually the case. They rotated the Gyrocopter mid, by the way, knowing that this is a better matchup for the Gyrocopter than it is for the Zeus. And so Korok will be having to deal with the Rocket Barrage early on. However, if you look at it through just base damage, Korok should have a better time. He could harass Van heavily. Van does have some decent base damage. He even went for an early Wraith ban, but still, this matchup should be pretty even. Assuming Korok does not take too much Rocket Barrage damage, which he's doing currently. Just taking it right to the face. So, there is a Fisher maybe coming out from 6. He actually jukes the animation and max up.
Oh, man. Yeah, this is going to be a tight. Okay, the Fisher does connect this time. Korok pretty even here. Only one share Tango, which is currently on cooldown. So he's got to play it back. This is not the matchup they actually planned out on paper. And a beautiful audible call from NoT Today to change these lanes in this sense. So Gyrocopter's going to have a good, smooth start here. We check out bottom lane. MSS gets the early punishment. An immediate telekinesis comes up from your Rubik, puts him in his place, trying to make him chew through that regen right away. Smash is happy to go toe-to-toe with the Spirit Breaker in lane. He's going to get the creep wave in his favor, thanks to Crawler working with the pull-through. He actually didn't do the complete pull-through here, it looks like. And it's ended up being a single pull, which could be a bit of a problem unless they're planning on pushing this lane early. That's not the ideal pull you want to be going for, so it looks like they'll recover with the best they got. MSS is already actually stopping over and being like, what the hell do you think you're doing over here? You're trying to mess my wave? That's the other thing, Maut, is MSS on the Spirit Breaker. You know, I'm curious if he's going to get proactive early or if he's just going to have to reside to this offlane position until he gets more levels.
Yeah, MSS, he could roam out early, and the problem is they have really good vision. Like, there's this ward here, so if he charges from lane, it's going to be a problem. He pretty much has to charge from back towards his tier 1 or even further back, maybe from home as well. He can't charge through top or to top because there's this ward here on the high ground on the upper side of the river. So I don't think he'll be too proactive early on. He'll just try to get some experience, get some levels, get some last hits. He's doing a pretty good job. He's more or less hits than the Zeus does in that offlane. He's getting zoned out heavily. Angel knows if he walks up, he's dead. It's a Zeus. He doesn't have the most HP in the world.
Yeah.
It's Mario-looking idiot kind of guy, but yeah, I mean, it's a tough offlane for both offlaners at this point. What's really interesting for me is that not today, they have Smash going in the safe lane with the Sense Warmer. So early Blink, obviously, but will he go for Aghanim Scepter is the bigger question. And then obviously, how will Van answer that question? He's already got 11 last hits. He might get a kill. The Fisher block, not on the right side. Korok bottles up and just barely survives.
That was rough. It literally was on the right side, which unfortunately for them meant the wrong side. So Korok gets the double back. He now does have that bottle, so he'll regen up. But he continues to get in the face, and in a lane where TA should be able to just be a lane dominator, you know, similar to like your OD should. You know, she's just kind of neck and neck. In fact, Gyro has the best of the denies here.
Miss Fisher.
Early little rocket. Yeah, Fisher not connecting. 6, you know, maybe it's some jitters here in this game, but it's been a little off for his Fisher play so far. But overall, a solid lane that Van is taking control of. They're racing right now for the 4-minute rune. 6 looking to get there first. They trade blows. Korok's
standing up.
Okay,
oh,
he
the
gets
Fisher
blocked.
block.
This Fisher, though, does work.
Oh,
look
the
at
body
this.
block.
Oh, smell my butt. Smell my butt. 6, give it back. They pitch under the corner. What a disruption save, but isn't going to be enough. And it's not. Angel, who'd been punched in the offlane, will go down. Suddenly, a wild MSS appears, charges in from the south. Van's still going to be able to grab up the rune, quickly uses it, bottles it, and now Archon going to be losing 2 here at the start, Maut. Not today, off to a beautiful early game.
What just happened? Well, everyone was up there. Everyone TP'd up for not today. They're like, we're fighting, let's go. And MSS's charge couldn't quite get there in time. He'll leech mid experience. That's a big trade. Not today, getting first blood and getting an extra kill on top of it. Korok not being involved in any of it, going down early on. Who's already having kind of a rough time in terms of CSing. So right now, a lot of emphasis is put on Ush and how well he's going to do throughout the mid stages of this game. He might rotate around, get a couple of kills. He's going to have to carry his weight because as it stands now, Korok getting up to a slow start is a problem.
But he's definitely getting the start you would want if you're getting pushed in that kind of position. 32 and 17 is pretty damn nice. And for little Zeus, yeah, it's a hard lane. Luckily, he was able to participate in that kill. Now he has Arcanes all of a sudden for a Zeus who really got nothing. It's just a 2-0 CS Zeus who has Arcanes now. So only level 2, though. Just trying his best to block the wave, get it as close to the tower so he can just mooch on some of this little XP. And then occasionally sap down with the Arc Lightning, a CS or 2. So he's still doing good. Sit pretty here. Fog now kind of hanging around this mid lane. Just kind of scouting it about. It's an interesting ward they got just to the northern side of this mid lane. It's a bit different, getting that little bit of extra vision, but no gank movement here happening. They only were there to kind of hope for a good counter fight, but Archon not getting proactive right now. Just back to this low period. Stack's going to be happening here, and your 6-minute rune is about to pop up.
If they were watching, they have that rune, or the Radiant, not today, have that ward up at the top rune spot. They should have seen that Observer ward place, but I don't know if they're going to counter it. It's a really weird placement. They should have seen it. MSS is going to grab the regen, by the way. Oh, the first bash. MSS is going to go for the charge. Going to get the bashes. 17%, not there this time. Maybe the next time doesn't have an Orb of Venom, so needs one more right click, but here comes Crawler. They do have the Observer Ward, but they can't get the kill. He was so low. MSS, if he had one bash, he would have gotten that kill. More heroes chasing after him. Smash was looking to jump in, but couldn't quite find it. And MSS walked back away.
On the other side, while you were bringing the coverage of that rune, I also was skipping between the other side because that's where Angel actually got caught out trying to grab that rune himself. It was set up, of course, from Fog. With the disruption, KotLGuy was there to clean up, and they do manage to get themselves on the board. But that was very close bottom lane. Smash was level 6. I believe even at the time, could have stampeded for his buddy 6 if trouble was there, but you know, made the smarter call, held it, had confidence, and now he could hold that stampede for maybe some sort of offensive push, or worst case scenario, a defensive retreat, just in case action does break out elsewhere. But it looks like the stacks are already starting to build up here. Maut for the side of Archon has pointed out at the start of the game. MSS working with it for now, so KotLGuy can fall back on that with his TA and build up to be a bit of a monster.
Yeah, it doesn't matter how far behind he is in this mid lane, which is not much, especially after getting that kill. You expect a TA to have ancient stacks. Now the question is, will Not Today contest them? They have to know that there's going to be ancient stacks, camps in the jungle. Will they get aggressive? They have a very good early lineup here, especially if they get this early Blink Dagger for Smash. And he's going to have it very soon, assuming that's what he goes for, which is not a bold assumption, but we'll see, man. I don't know. This is going to be, it's going to start breaking out here pretty soon. You know, 10 minutes into the game, and people are going to start fighting. Bodies are going to fall. We'll see what happens.
Angel floating around this mid lane here. Probably looking to get something set up. As I said before, they have that Stampede to utilize. And with Centaur not really being in the meta, not really being played, maybe Archon could be a bit rusty with going against Centaur, and this first Stampede could be something that catches them off by surprise. And it's big fights at this point in the game that could just kind of ruin your day. And with a momentum push like that, could be something that Not Today don't want to be, you know, falling away from. But we'll see. For now, just kind of continuing to slow play it here. Ush continues to get his ridiculous farm on Lesh. Now 59 and 27 denies. He finishes Arcane Boots. He already had the point booster, so obviously going to be disassembling that at some point and putting together his Bloodstone initially. Going to get some early jabs onto this tier 1. Looks like Angel is going to head back towards that lane. And it looks like he's getting some assistance, Maut. It looks like it's go time potentially. Smash. It departed from the bottom. He's got his Blink Dagger. It's time to debut and get some blood on it.
This is the time. Do they have a Smoke of Deceit is the question. It looks like I can't see any on these 3 particular heroes. They might just stampede, or they could have 6 rotate up, but he doesn't have a TP scroll. Invis room for Van. They're going to rotate up. Chad will see them. They have the Observer Ward in lane. Arctic Burn will go and Smash.
Nice.
And won't find anybody. Van's here. Invis still. Lightning will come in. There's the charge. Van gets pushed out. Stampede will fly. Call down coming in. Chad realizing I'm in some trouble. Will pull him Brace, but still gets blown up the Rocket Barrage. Now Ush in trouble as well. He's going to try on his ultimate. Oh my god, the damage. The last tick of the Rocket Barrage will grab the kill. MSS trying to do his best. And the blast going to go through. Will grab the kill. Rather, another strike. It is a 1-for-3 trade in the end, though, and they get the war as well. Oh, that's huge for Not Today.
That was so interesting because Van being invis saved that for Not Today. They were moving on forward. Chad did a great thing. He went to Arctic Burn and started poking at Smash, so there was going to be no blink active. He couldn't get in there, and it looked like they were going to be using the Stampede to kind of retreat a bit, but Van was there in the dark waiting. He had that invis bottled up, and at that point, Archon were like, hey, we might be able to turn this around. Let's consider engaging. And then Van just shows himself, and shit really starts to hit the fan. Archon lose a couple, and now quickly it's Not Today up 5-2. Looks like we are going to have a lead in charge onto 6 here in the mid lane. Your Earthshaker is going to be stepping back, so MSS should ultimately pull off at some point, I'd imagine. 10-minute room has popped up. Crawler is going to grab up the bounty there at the top. Leaves a haste rune at its lonesome here at the bottom lane. No one in the bottom lane at all, so no one utilizing this bit of free XP from either side. Yeah. Which can be a bit unnerving to both sides. You're like, okay, there's a core out there somewhere farming up, and then the other team is like, there's an offlaner out there moving around. You start playing a bit on your toes.
Yeah, I mean, especially if you have no vision down in the bottom lane or anywhere on the map for the meta. There's like one ward for both teams. There's a second ward that was just placed for both Archon as well as Not Today. Not Today threw down that ward mid, and then Archon has placed that ward up here towards that top rune spot. Everyone TPing mid for now. There's only one ancient stack, by the way, but it's something that was already pinged out by Not Today, and they looked like they were heading over there. 6 will throw up the Observer Ward, so now they have vision of the ancient stack. But it's not very big. MSS will probably try to stack again here at the 12-minute mark. Instead, they will see 6, but they won't charge onto him. They don't have any real backup. KotLGuy was trying to get over there. Korok looking like he's going for an early BKB. He picks up the Ogre Club, and there's a lot of magic damage here, and this is the right call, I believe. Sure, he's not dishing out the most damage in the world, but I don't think he really minds.
Yeah.
He has a lot of damage at his back with, of course, the Soul Catcher, Leshrac pumping out a lot of heavy damage, and Winter's Curse for Lockdown and Arctic Burn, what have you. So I think it's a good choice.
Yeah, I mean, this is ideally not what they had in mind when they put this Templar Assassin on Korok in the mid lane. They were hoping for a different mid lane matchup. They were probably hoping to do your usual, cookie cutter, snowball, TA effect, going for early Deso, sweeping in, getting your stacks of Ancients, getting your Roche walking out with a victory. But this is going to be a test for him here. Not Today did a very nice job changing the lanes up quite a bit, and now kind of utilizing that bit of an early boost already with Van, getting this gyrocopter all over the place. And look at this, he's going to find a sweet little blueberry rune he's going to grab up here at the top. And it'll look like to walk back this mid lane here. It's just more getting these supports up and leveled. They already got Crawler actually almost at level 7 here. This Rubik is pretty farmed up. And then you look at the other side here, and Chad trying to get his level 6. Winter's Curse is so big in this game especially. That gyrocopter could end up decimating his own team if not careful. But he's already looking to decimate someone else. Chad's going to get caught out. Don't care about no Cold Embrace. And they just get a quick, easy hit and run right there. Will they get away with it, though? Crawler could be caught out, steals the Cold Embrace, uses it on himself, and now gets charged up. And another strike puts him on the high ground. They're still going to be able to get him finished right there, gets him going down. And look at this, they end up trading blows. Looking on the retreat here, Stampede, they run away as Ush does show up. Korok gets the slow with the trap. Good Fisher comes out from 6, and that's going to force him to double back. Ends up being, what is it, a 2-for-1 trade all day in favor for Not Today.
Archon's catch potential is not great. They don't have Demonic Purge. They don't have Winter's Curse, which I think is their biggest. Split Earth was not there in time from Ush. The Stampede is going to be so good. And then the Nether Strike just kind of pushes people around. You saw it push him up onto the cliff there. So a really nice play from Not Today. And they're going to smoke up, or they're going to go right with this. And you need to be careful. Every time you see Smash off the map, you have to be worrisome, especially now that everyone's off the map.
Oh, man.
Korok's dead.
Korok is in trouble. He's dead. Beautiful movement coming out from Not Today this game, man. They're all over the place, and when they make a move, they get an objective. They get a kill, and this one they get the kill, and they get to clean up what was left over of that stack, and they walk back and away. Van making this gyrocopter work, man. A very unusual skill build-up, I gotta say. 3 points into the homing missile, where nowadays you're seeing gyros. A lot of them just don't even care about homing missile altogether. They just go straight into flak and then go from there. He's like, I'm all about the zoning potential here. I'm going to make this homing missile work. And now he's starting to put some levels into the flak. But this tier 1 in jeopardy here. They do hold the glyph. Chad goes into Arctic Bird. Look at his own back smash. Smash doesn't like that. It's deceptive damage that Arctic Bird can really do, even at just level 1. But he has it at level 3. And he's able to get those long-range shots in. Now they're going for the deny, and they're going to be taking back that gold and away from Not Today.
He's middle tower but in the end, it's still a tower that's lost. And what are they getting out of this? Korok just died. He's finally back, but he's not really particularly farming well because of all the action. And Ush doesn't have his Bloodstone yet. He probably should have had it by now, but him dying once has not really helped. He's gotten some good CS. Van's going to disconnect from the game. They'll pause. They'll slow things down, which I think is going to help now, Archon. And just kind of, collect themselves. What do we need to do next? What's our game plan? Do we have our freaking level 6s on our supports yet? We finally do. Where do we go from here? Because we're getting crushed at every turn. And I think that's the biggest issue, is just they have no answer for the team fight that Not Today is bringing. What do you do in this situation? I think the answer is just keep farming up on Korok and Ush. Get a BKB on hopefully both of them.
And if you're Not Today, you're like, we want to be holding this advantage. We don't want Archon to be able to have that comeback plan. We better prep and prepare for what might be up their sleeves for a farmed up Lesh and then a turnaround from your TA. So what do? I mean, maybe Smash considers picking up a pipe on your Centaur, something that could be occasionally considered to help mitigate that intense magic damage that will be coming out from your Lesh. Obviously, at some point, 6 is going to have to spend a little bit of me time here on his Earthshaker. He's pretty damn broke. Him and Chad both at the bottom of the net worth right now. Don't even foresee, a Soul Ring being built up unless it's on the courier flying out here. There's little bits. Oh, there's a Soul Ring there. Okay, so he at least has a Soul Ring. Maybe wants to get Tranquils, holds the plain booties for now, but a Blink Dagger is obviously what he really wants. But at the rate right now, it's looking like 20-25 minute Blink Dagger, unless he gets a casual walk up Echo Slam. You never really know. So not today. It's more about just keeping up this pace, keeping up this momentum. You got a beautiful start right here. Don't allow Archon to get back into this game. Keep getting your gyrocopter further and further ahead.
As far as the Earthshaker goes, he's playing the hard 5 support, and we see this so often. Teams will be ahead, like, 10, 20 kills, and Earthshaker still won't have a blink dagger or, 15-minute mark. It's not super surprising. It's just, it's going to take some time, obviously. He'll get there eventually, but for now, they're going to smoke up, and this will help things along if he can, like you mentioned, get a walk-up Echo Slam, maybe get a good Fisher block. Korok and Ush, these are the real important targets, and Korok in trouble. Zeus ult comes out, they do have a fraction coming out. There's the Fisher, good stomp coming out from the track. There's the Echo Slam, there's the Rocket Barrage, and they will try to turn on this. They won't grab a particular kill. Now the Winner's Curse coming out, they might get banned. Pretty good trade so far. Now they're looking to get 6 US. No Blink Dagger, but the Arctic burn slow. MSS has charged. One Fisher will come through. The Urn charge is up on the 6th. The last right click. The last couple of right clicks will come in. MSS will secure this kill. It will be a 2-for-1 trade. And they'll continue chasing. Crawler in trouble. I'm not sure why he's this far up. He didn't steal the charge. Oh, so unfortunate. He actually got the whatchamacallit, but he dies anyways. So.
That did not go well for NoT today. They lead in there, a promising start. They catch out those 2 cores. It cost them 3 ultimates to bring down Korok. The Stampede to get in there, they used a call down, and then walk-up Echo Slam right there to make sure they can secure that finish onto the TA. And then by that point, it was all hands on deck for Archon. They turn around and get 1 after 1. But look at this. It's like Power Rangers as they're all teleporting this top lane. Ush gets caught out with a stolen stun, and he's trying to make it away, but he is locked in place. Golden Braid still keeping alive, will be taken down eventually from the call down. They're charging out MSS on one side of the map right now.
He doesn't have an urn
making
charge.
a run. He has no urn. Ooh, sidestep here, trying to break their ankles, but really there's just too many. Rocket Rush will come out, charge. Not going to be making it away. He gets taken down, and it is a double kill for Van on the gyrocopter. So they had a bit of a blemish there in the last skirmish up there at the top right-hand side, but they do manage to recover a bit with this little breakout, getting Van those 2 kills.
Smash having an Invis Rune pretty important, but just it was massive irritations and Archon not wanting to leave that tower to get denied. And unfortunately, they don't back and they don't retreat in time, and they lose a couple of heroes because of it. Obviously, the most important being Ush. He had 11 bloodstream charges before they lost that fight top lane near that T1 tower. Now he has 7. Luckily, Archon will make the play to go towards Roshan. They'll get an Aegis for Korok now, who... Is he at his BKB yet? No. Ush grabs an Ogre Club as well. All right, we're getting there. We're getting towards those BKBs for Archon. For NoT today, however, are they getting much more farm is the question. Van dying a couple of times is a big problem. He does have his Yasha. This is going to be the person that carries the game. Smash won't do much later on down the road. He's not a big right clicker. It's going to come down to Van and how much farm he's getting. And he does have some good farm. So 17, 18 minutes now. Archon are starting to group together. They're getting more confident. They're looking for a 2-1 tower bottom. How confident will they play, and will they be able to win a team fight down bottom is the real question.
Well, they have Winter's Curse ready to go, so they keep Chad very far back along with Fog, just in case defensive disruption is necessary, and it could be on Ush. He gets cold, braced here, but he still goes down again. Gets caught out, sets up an easy call down. Smashing out the focal point, looking to retreat, gets bumped back and taken down. Nice Echo walk-in from 6, but gets Winter Cursed immediately. Eats a lot of damage on the retreat. Fog lays out defensive disruption to Quark, not going to be enough. Another double kill. A triple and ultra Van!
The last one!
Cleaning up the mess on this bottom lane. This gyrocopter. Oh my goodness, a 4-for-1 trade mod.
Why did they fight that? They clearly didn't have enough damage. I mean, that's just the question. Not today are just too strong. Until Archon get BKBs on a majority of their heroes, this is not going to go in their favor. And NoT today are bringing the pain. Van with, of course, the huge ultra kill coming out. A lot of that damage coming from... He used all of his mana, by the way. He used his call down. He used as many rocket barrages as he possibly could. He got off, I think, 1 flat cannon. I don't think he got off 2. His right click damage is clearly enough already, not to mention all the magic damage that he has. And Archon are in a position now where they're in some trouble. They have some okay mid to late game potential, but like they really need these BKBs done before they think about fighting. And I'm not sure why they made that decision to go bottom together. They obviously didn't have vision of the teams rotating in with NoT today, but that was a strange play if I've ever seen one.
It felt like they really wanted to utilize that Aegis while they had it, so it was time for them to pressure these lanes, but it was just very awkward. I did misspeak. It wasn't a 4-for-1. It was a full 5-man team wipe. It's just, it seemed like 2 fights now where Ush is kind of caught out in front. They try to save him, but there's no saving him. He ends up still getting brought down. The Rocket Barrage continues to do too much, even through a Cold Embrace. Plus, with the call down, it's just not enough. You know, it could be the fact that, you know, it's still just a level 1 Cold Embrace, but Ush is getting taken out quick in these fights when you want a Leshrac to be a part of them. Leshrac, like a Bristleback, like a Necrophos. These heroes thrive on long-winded fights because they do more and more damage the longer it goes. And when you kind of nip that in the butt right away and take them out of the picture before the fight really begins, you're going to lead in with a huge advantage and not have been doing that now, fight after fight.
On the flip side, though, on the alternative, is that if Ush were to have a BKB, all of that damage is mitigated. All they have the right click of the shower cap to really deal any damage. And then what do? Then the fight is long-winded. Then Ush is pumping out Pulse Nova after Pulse Nova. Then he's pumping out Edict and Lightning Storm after Lightning Storm. And the same can be said for KotLGuy as well. You want to bring him down these refraction charges. You don't want him to let him use all those refraction charges. If Archon were to sit back and wait and farm up their BKBs while they had the Aegis, they'd be fine. There's a call down coming mid. Van actually might be in trouble. How far are they willing to dive this? He has an Invis rune. Not that far, I hope. They're going to back away together for Archon. They will make it out. Couple of TP rotations here. Comes 6. KotLGuy in trouble. Fisher is going to go. We'll block him, but nobody's going to come up and help out, so he will make it away. But this is what I'm talking about. Sit back, farm up your BKB if you're Archon. You had the Aegis to work with. You had some time, and then go from there. But now they kind of have to play and play scared, play pressure. But
Little Fog gets caught on the way out. This is going to be an easy pick of the support. And of all the people to get it, it's Van again, man. This Gyrocopter gets continue to hand these little bits of freebies. So much coming his way now. He's up at the top of that net worth, no surprise, at about 11K, sporting that helm of the Dominator, S and Y, and 1,000 gold.
Smashes an Agnum Scepter. It's frightening.
Oh my.
That is, how much damage reduction? 60% damage reduction for, what, 4 seconds? Something like that?
Oh, man.
It's just ridiculous. Not to mention the free reign over anything you want. Trees, cliffs.
They're going to, like, laugh at Leshrac's, like, damage. There's a nice tickle pony, you know. It's just going to be crazy. It is only 4 seconds. You remember also it comes with that, what is it, unobstructed running pattern as well. You can run up and down cliffs, sideways. It doesn't even matter once he pulls out the call of the Stampede.
This Zeus has an Aghanim Scepter. He's an offlaner. What? Wow. All right.
So NoT today apparently have an offshore account we don't really know about that they're tapping into here, pulling in those Peruvian finances or something. They're just getting it all ready to go here. I mean, then again, you look at the score, Maut, 17-7. The net worth shows them at only about a 3 or 4K advantage. Now, we're not going to hold that thought. They're making it go. KotLGuy is going to get lifted. They're going to make the jump on the crawler here. A lead in from SSS. They're even dishing out the Winter's Curse. Going to use Smash. Smash not going to caught too much into it here. Looks to retreat. Echo walking from 6. A big connection. No one going down quite yet. Angel could be first from the hands of KotLGuy. No! They get him. They get Smash. 2 down from the side of NoT today.
Oh, it's still refraction.
Going on in. Gets refraction to stop the damage a bit, and now they turn it back for Ush. They get a telekinesis. There's a rocket going in. It is going to pop him. Van looking to re-engage here. Sees KotLGuy, sidesteps in once. Ush moves in, gets the kill, but no! Quick suicide. Crawler should be going down to KotLGuy. KotLGuy gets that grab. Now looking to retreat, or do they? They think they can engage on the Van here. There's a rocket that will connect. MSS engages. They want that bounty. Can they get Van?
He's so fast. He's got an SNY. He's the fastest man alive.
Usain Bolt, get the hell out of here. He pops his phase boots, turns the corner, looking to run.
The poison. Oh my God.
Barely lives.
Radiant's middle tower is being attacked.
Jesus.
All right. Okay. Hey, guess what, Dakota? You know what's a good item? Let me tell you. It starts with B and ends with B. Can you guess what item it is, Dakota?
Buyback?
No. Black King Bar.
Yeah.
Apparently a good item in Dota.
Yeah.
You know, I never would have guessed. I don't want to be too sarcastic here against Archon because they know what they did wrong and they rectified the situation easily by making sure they got that item. And as soon as they get the item, they fight and they almost get a team wipe.
Yeah.
Is that a coincidence? No. It's because they knew what they had. They knew what item they needed to get before they could start engaging, and they knew that if they could burst through and if they could survive that initial stampede phase of the engagement, and if they could show their BKBs at the right time, they would take a fight, and guess what they did? Now they have to keep doing that. But the problem is that the game goes longer and longer, and they're not even getting those tier 2 towers yet. They're going to start using these BKB charges. They're going to whittle down pretty quickly. And NoT today are still playing very aggressively, so... Oh god, Chad, you're dead,
they
buddy.
use the ult, they see where they are. Smash hops to the high ground here. Chad!
Oh, the Glimmer Cape!
Good.
Brace yourself!
Oh, too late. Monster kill for Van. A nice, easy, quick pick. Set up Angel with the ultimate there. They see it, they get it. And you're right, man. I mean, Archon, they're forced into a situation where they have to drastically itemize in hopes that they can take advantage of what could feel like a very small window of opportunity here, Maut, where maybe they should be the kings of this game. Because if they don't take advantage of it, then you're going to have a Van who's going to be the late game king. I mean, Ush, Bloodstone now down to 4. That's not what you want to be seeing here. Not today, though. They charge on 4. They're going to get that tier 2. This is coming at the cost of potentially tier 2 top. Good split push coming out from Ush and KotLGuy.
Yeah.
Casual split earth and the cancel TP not going to come out to too much here. They go on the retreat. KotLGuy stops for a TP. Very scary, man. If they saw that, 6 could have dished out a fissure, but he is able to make it away.
Yeah, this is very good split pushing, as you mentioned, from Archon. I mean, this is what they need to do. Split push, make sure they get all of the waves pushed out and get a pick, and then try to go for Roche. But Roche isn't going to be up for another minute and a half here. So they've got some time. Like you mentioned, there is a very tight window that they have here. Van will at some point become a big deal, whether it's through BKB, which he just buys outright, by the way. He's a full BKB now, so that's his item. I don't know how they're going to deal with him. KotLGuy will dish out some more damage. Obviously, he's going to have a Desolator very soon. All right, well, there's a full Desolator to despise. Items are just coming fast and furious, man.
They need that damage. If they want to be able to bring down the man, the machine, the gyrocopter Van, they're going to need a whole lot of ammunition to do it. A good Winter's Curse could still help out. They have the tools, but not today. Plenty of tools themselves here. They're already early eyeballing this Roche. It's a long timer, one that they're not happy about. Feeling pretty confident they could take a team fight here if something is to break out. But obviously both teams, high tension here near the Roche pit. Both of them are waiting for when something's going to pop up. There's already a trap in the pit, so Archon will have the first kind of go and knowing when it comes up. Unless it gets spouted out here from Zeus, he could deward here. He's already dewarding right now, trying to force Archon to be in the dark. But,
they have traps. I mean, I guess you have a Zeus, so I was thinking that maybe not today would buy a gem, but they do have a Zeus, so that's always something that you have in your back pocket. But, all right, well, there's the gem. So that's the right choice, because you want to get rid of these traps. Not only the traps, but vision, any vision that Archon were to have on the map. And this is the right time to buy this gem. It's right when this Roche is about to respawn. Make sure you try to take as much vision away as possible. And they still do have the traps, obviously, for KotLGuy, and so they're going to scout out Roche's up right now. They're going to ping it, but no one's in the pit yet. Not today or Archon. Who will smoke first? Who will go to the pit first? That's the real question. Where are we gonna see this action lie, Dakota?
That just sounds so good. It's like, who's going to get in the pit and brawl it out? With
the Thunderdome.
The Thunderdome. Roche's lair, where he holds the mighty Aegis, where he faces off right now currently against the Alpha Wolf. Van's in first! He's like, let's go. Poison's going to be there from Fog. They know this is happening. What do Archon do to respond here? I love it. Long ball splitter blast onto that wolf. Will connect onto Van. So they're just poking a bit here. Now all the meanwhile, Ush is split pushing, so no, the Lesh won't be here at least for now. He does have nearby access with his boots of travel.
Yeah.
Radiant's top tower.
They're gonna be forced back. This is gonna be a tier 3 tower. They don't have a glyph, man. This Roche is not dying nearly fast enough. Man. You already see one TP rotation. That is from Angel. But that's enough for them to go. They will. MSS is gonna charge right on in. Good Fisher to stop them in their tracks. The Glimmer Cape comes out of MSS. Zuzo came through. They're looking to jump in.
Crawler.
They will find Crawler. Telekinesis. He doesn't get clipped. Oh! They will bring him. Oh my God, dude! What just happened?
KotLGuy punched him in the mouth. That's what happened. He went down. But 6 hops on the Fog with an Echo, trying to get some support on support hate here. MSS still charges him. Meanwhile, Van quickly cleans up Chad. KotLGuy trying to man up against him here, but Van, he's a machine. Charging on forward, clears up the KotLGuy. It forces out a buyback, and they quickly look to retreat. Meanwhile, MSS looks to go to the other side here. They're trying to catch out 6, who gets hit with the urn. Still alive. Pops his wand, holding out here, and he's going to be good. The buyback also coming out from Smash on his Centaur. This is very important Roche for both teams.
Yeah, but there's no usage of the call down. Well, its call down's going to be back up, but Stampede is down for 40 seconds, so it's going to be a tight time. Zeus's down for 30 seconds. Winter's Curse is down for 60 seconds. That's maybe more important for Archon. This is going to be close. It looks like NoT today are going to head into the pit now. KotLGuy will be nearby. They do have vision, I think, here as they walk into the pit. Do they have vision? I'm not sure. Yeah, they see them. They see them entering the pit now. There's going to be a charge coming in from MSS. Chad on the high ground. KotLGuy caught out. KotLGuy in trouble. Cold Embrace. Where's his refraction? He's got no BKB for 10. Call down goes. Cover kick comes out. Van's still going to work. KotLGuy put under. Great play from Fog. But will he survive? He's got to use the refraction, but dies instantly. It's a dieback, but here comes Ush. They will bring down Smash. Angel in trouble. So far, it's a 3-3. Here comes Crawler. Ush chases him down. Pulse Nova. Split Earth connects beautifully from Ush. And they'll charge in. They get the triple for Ush. It's a 4-for-3 exchange. Goddamn bloodbath near the Ancient stack, Dakota.
This is ridiculous, and that's just the recovery path that Archon were hoping for, especially Ush. What once felt like he was trickling down to, what, 6, 5 charges? 4, maybe? Now he's at 9 again, right back up. Very big for your Leshrac here. And because of that early tension before where Ush didn't have to participate, he'd been farming all over the place. And look at that. He is now top of the net worth. What a hero Lesh is. 16, nearly 17K for himself. And it looks like he's going for that sweet Octarine core.
We saw what happened there, though, with KotLGuy. He didn't have his BKB available. He didn't pop his refraction at the right time, and unfortunately, he gets punished for it. They do have a new BKB for MSS, and remember, Spearbrick is also important to reckon with later on down the road as well.
Yeah.
Don't diminish how much damage this guy can actually do with a couple of lucky dashes.
Yeah.
He could certainly provide what they're looking for Archon. So for NoT today, They really need to hit some big spells here. They need him at the right time too. Avoid the BKBs at all costs if you can, and use that Stampede not as maybe an initiating mechanism, but more as oh shit, somebody's taking a ton of damage on our team, which is what was happening with Van in that first Roche fight. He was getting manned up on by KotLGuy, as you saw. Smash pop the Stampede, and guess what? That's 60% damage reduction. I don't care who it's coming from. That's a lot of damage to be mitigated.
But Roche is still standing, Maut, at the end of the day. Somehow, some way. Neither team able to finish him up quite yet.
He's like watching him. He's eating popcorn
I was
from
like,
nearby.
what are you guys doing out there? Get off my lawn. Oh, they're going for 6, though.
Oh,
6 is
boy.
dead all of a sudden.
There used to be.
It was like a magic trick. Call down came, and he just went through the trap door. And he was gone. But here we go. They're looking to make a move. MSS, BKB's off the rocket. They're making it go for Chad. They're going to get the dragon down. Quick kill right there.
MSS popped his BKB, thought about going back in. He's like, screw that. We'll see you later, guys.
What a BKB debut for MSS. No, I'm just kidding.
It's not the best, man. It's not really what you want. Especially because Roche is up, and any time they could face some aggression. As you mentioned, though, Octarine Core is now done. That will keep Ush alive. That's a lot of HP he's got through Bloodstone, Octarine Core, BKB. 2.3K for Leshrac is something to behold.
3-second lightning storms, anyone? I mean, you're welcome. That's crazy.
Yeah, it's actually ridiculous. That's dumb. That's a pretty dumb ability now that I think about it.
Oh, man. So farming is just like, it's like cutting grass right now for us. She's just moving around and just collecting all the sweet treats to get asked for. Oh, Haystrom, wonderful. I'll just take this to the top and continue to do my little crop work up here. And really, Lesh's ceiling, I mean, he still has 2 slots of reach to work with, plus some upgraded boots, and he goes right for Van. Van, who was the tirade in the first half of this game. Ush is like, I'm ready to play now. Maybe not. Pulls back and away. Both Titans kind of hit each other with some good blows and decide to pull back.
What? Why?
I don't know.
Why?
They're like,
why,
let's
man?
just see where we stand in this game. Let's have a test between me and you. And they're both like, we're about
I mean, of
on
course
par.
Van's gonna win. He is a BKB. Like, there's no... That's not a good trade. That's like you're down to 6-second BKB for... I guess if they're making space. Now the BKB is down, But KotLGuy, he's going to have to do a lot of work here. Smash will walk in. Ush is in trouble. Echo Slip comes out. Great Glimmer Cape. Cold Embrace comes through as well. Will they Winner's Curse? BKB, MSS getting into the fray. And 6 gets blown up. Great Meld Strike coming up from KotLGuy. Now, you look at Roche, he's got a stuck with a Fisher. They still want to go in. Splinter Blast. Winter's Curse on the Van. No BKB for 26 seconds. He's going to walk in. Stampede will go. Charge coming through. Call down is up. Will hit on everybody, but Van is done so. Archon's Ush gets the double kill. Hits the Split Earth just barely on Crawler as well. Lightning Storm coming out. See you later. The Melt Strike from KotLGuy. Just blowing him out of the water. And they're going to take Roche now. Finally, a marathon Roche taking, man. It's like 15 minutes for that shit.
David Roche was like, God damn it, guys, about time. Just the first one, and they finally get it down. And Archon take a fight without losing anyone. What feels like the first time this game. And I don't know. It's starting to feel like maybe Team Archon, it's now no looking back at this point. More pressure than ever on NoT today to try to turn this one back and around, because it's very apparent that Archon, they're feeling it right now. They're on a momentum swing that they're not looking to swing back the other way from. And we'll have to see pressure already coming from all fronts. And it was a very awkward trade between Ush and Van at the start between each other. But, I mean, he did get the BKB down. So Ush and company, they went back. They started the Roche out. Van moves in. Really set up Winter's Curse from Chad, keeps him at bay a bit. Now Disruption lead in, smash from twice, 3 times the stun. Goes right back into save. Angel gets the catch with the Korok, and Korok is going to lose his Aegis here. But it does cost them that Stampede, and all that damage reduction is now going to be out the window here for NoT today. Now onto the second life, Korok back in action, and they're looking to break down this tier 2.
Even an earn charge. Does anybody even earn? Anybody even earn with charges on it? Because they really need some on. I guess they can Cold Embrace him too if necessary. Yeah, they earn Korok. They'll back away. They can't even take the tier 2 tower. So much spam ability coming out through NoT today's lineup, and that's really what's keeping them at bay. For Archon, it's just, you know, there's Fissures. The Stampede, obviously, as mentioned, Jump In, Double Edge, Arc Lightning, Lightning Bolt,
Yeah.
I mean, there's everything,
Lots
and it's
of
so
wave
hard
clear.
to push into.
Yeah.
That's the tough part to overcome. Not to mention Flat Cannon and Gyrocopter's next item, which we don't even know what he's going to go for. He's going for Butterfly. I don't know why I said that. I saw the Eagle song like half an hour ago. But
the F-Blade, the classic. Yeah, no. Butterfly could prove to be a bit of a problem here. Korok seems dedicated, going down the road of picking up a Daedalus potential here, unless he wants to step off for that MKB. Could prove to be a bit difficult to knock down this Gyrocopter if he doesn't have a way to prepare for that bits of evasion. The nice thing for them, though, is Fog does have a Solar Crest, so they will have their own, you know, poor man's Butterfly, I guess you could say, on their side to work with here. But charge is out. They see Crawler here. Ush. Takes up the Split Earth, able to connect there. MSS moves in from the north side, gets the connection. Crawler is dead. Quick, easy pick. MSS on the killing spree for himself. They spot out Smash here. I don't know if they have a way to catch up with him. They're going to have to let him go. So a nice quick one-man pick comes out for Team Archon. But the big test for them is going to ultimately come when they reach that high ground, as we said. There's just a lot of defensive capabilities from the side of NoT today. Archon are just going down that checklist right now. And the next thing is clearing out the remaining tier 2s and restricting the farm from NoT today as much as possible.
God, he's got a full Shiva's guard. Dude's almost 6 slot. You get rid of that Null Talisman, and you're good to go.
Or not, you know, hold it as a sentimental item, whatever you want to do, Ush.
Build it into Dagon. That's probably a good idea. Dagon 5, let's go. They get the tier 2 tower. That was much easier without the Rubik there than it was, of course, taking that tier 2 mid, which they have yet to take. There's some really good push coming up from Van. He knows that that's probably the safest place for him to be right now, top lane in the enemy jungle. So, doing his best to farm there. And Van, I hate to say it, buddy, but you got a lot on your shoulders here. So
yeah.
We'll see what you can do. This is it, man. Some players thrive in this situation, and we'll see if his team can provide the right situation for them to get a good team fight for him and go to work.
Who knows if this game goes long enough? Maybe it's one of those classic Havos Rapier Gyro kind of a games if it must be here. You got to remember, BTS America's unforgiving, baby. No double elimination. You lose that series you're playing in, you're done. You got to go.
Yeah.
You don't get a piece of that sweet and delicious 10K prize pool. So it's a very important time for both these teams. They're looking to get into semifinals, and then they're just one spot away from at least some guaranteed money. And you know Team Archon are coming into this tournament as heavy favorites here. Themselves, Complexity, Champions of Summer's Rift probably being your top 3. NoT today with their new roster looking to be in that top spot as well. Now they smoke up and they're going the prowl. It's on them to bring this game back. It was once a 4K net worth lead. Felt a lot more significant than that, Maut, in that early to mid-game period.
Yeah.
But quickly, Archon have taken over, and it's breached past that 10K mark.
And Archon are just making better moves at this point. They will have a Zeus ult. Oh, the TP came through. Ush is like, I almost died there.
Slippery when wet. He makes it out of there somehow.
Oh, that's you hate to see that because they rotate everybody and they use the Zeus ult too to try to secure that kill. That just doesn't pan out. Okay, so there is a butterfly now for the Gyrocopter, so that is going to come out. Oh, they found 6 and he is dead. We'll see you later.
They're going to get Crawler too. MSS, your linebacker, just charges in with his nether strike and gets the bump. Both supports are going to be down and out. No buyback for them for almost a minute. Quickly, Gyrocopter trying to keep these waves as far away from this tier 2 as possible, buying out the time for the supports to get ready to go. Ush is already at this top lane. He sees Angel. Angel forced to dish out the heals. He's trying to run, but oh man! A cow appears, gets the bump, gets the kill. Ush, monster kill streak for him. And here they come in from the north side, knocking at the door. Not today.
Tier 3.
They need to respond, and suddenly a tier 3 is done.
Oh, great Glimmer Cave, or rather MSS has been on point. There's 2 heroes here to defend this, and while they're 2 very strong heroes, it's just not going to be enough. They should at the very least get this mid-late Rax. Korok is dealing with the tier 3 mid. He could have rotated top, but they don't need his help. And the melee Rex is gone. Range Rex are also getting destroyed by this edict, and it's just so spammable with the Octarine. And now Vanna's forced to pop his BKB. Daedalus done for Korok as well. As that's happening, another strike's going to go through. Force forward. They might find MSS. Can't get his BKB off. Glimmer Cave's still available. He'll pop the BKB. Charge away. Onto Crawler. Crawler 2 hit and killed. Instantly Force Echo Fog. Glimmer Cave, he's not dead yet. They can't find a kill. Not today. This might be it, man. They already lost 1. They might lose another here in 6, and it looks like that will be the case. Arctic Burn and the Shadow Poison from Fog. Top Rack's gone. Mid Rack's cleaned up by Korok, who doesn't give a damn about all the fighting. He just wants building. It'll find as well.
They do need a hit, Rocket Connection, but those defensive supports, man, they're putting the overtime. They get the Destruction, the Cold Embrace. Now Winter's Curse comes off before Chad goes down, and that's going to secure their kill in the van. Does have a buyback, doesn't use it. Now we'll pull it out. And they got him, man. They're down 2 Racks. This game is already looking like the towel's going to be thrown in here. Not today, though. Not looking to go out without a fight. Ush, BKB, see ya later, nerds. He is out of there. Not today. Now stuck in a pile of rubble, which was once their home base. This is feeling like the YOLO play now. You charge down mid lane, you buy a smoke, you go on the move, and hey, look, Ush turned that null into the dragon.
Yes!
Oh my god.
Oh, man. I knew it. I knew it. He's a taken 4. Zap. Someone's going to get lasered down. Oh, God. It's going to be great. Well, the problem right now is they didn't kill Ush or they didn't kill Korok. So, you know, even if they kill Ush, he's going to respawn within 20 seconds or so. And Korok, obviously, with the big respawn time, he wouldn't have had buyback. If they had killed Korok, I could understand, okay, that's fine. He won't be able to respawn. They can push down mid. Maybe they can get something done. But they didn't kill either of them because of a well-placed Winter's Curse coming out from Chad. He now has a Blink Dagger, and I think I talked about issues with the mobility on a Winter Wyvern. That doesn't exist anymore with the Blink Dagger. I don't want to say it's impossible for Not Today to come back in this game because they do have a Gyrocopter. He could theoretically buy Rapier later on down the road, which, I mean, he's already got an Ultimate Orb, so I don't think that's the case, but there is that opportunity, Dakota, that they could come back from this, but I think Archon would have to throw pretty heavily for this game to be screwed up. So.
Without question, it's Archon's game to lose at this point. And if we had a stats man, they'd be like, yeah, it's 0.06% of the time a team comes back from a 20K deficit at 40 minutes into the game. Pick your stats man insert there. But no, in all seriousness, this is very, very grim for Not Today. It is just game number 1. Maybe they already know. Maybe they're plotting out game number 2. Maybe they are reaching for that holy comeback. But it's going to take a lot for them. 1 rack separates it from the Megas here. Archon looking to play it slow. Could stall out for the Roche, for the Aegis. Ush completes out his Dagon, full level 5, ready to play here. And, you know, Not Today led into this game. They made a good audible and lane rotation to put that gyro in the mid lane. It does unfortunately mean their late Zeus draft pickup did have to go to the off lane where Zeus can be very, very weak. So there really was no way to stop Ush from building up that farm. But that didn't stop Van. Van pulled out a serious mid-game period. And, you know, once those BKBs came out for Archon, though, that is just when the tides literally turned around. And Archon have been in that spot ever since. And now they just pressure all the lanes. They're going to create space for Roche Maut. Go in there, get the Roche, get the Aegis, and look to get the win.
There's this real big issue that pro players and even top level players that aren't necessarily pros, like pub stars, have, that they just don't like buying BKBs. I know this exists in a lot of pros. I've seen it exist in a couple of big streamers as well. You see it on you see it sometimes in Purge, specifically Blitz. I know I've talked to Purge about it. And he's just like, man, that's just a boring item to build. And maybe they think that. Maybe that's what they were thinking. Or they just, I mean, they obviously knew that was the right item. They built it first. They just couldn't build it in time. They should have been ahead more, honestly, and they should have been ahead earlier for Archon, but they've lacked the BKB build early on into the game. But oh, Chad, you are dead. We'll see you later.
He's in the wrong neighborhood, and he pays the price. A little too far away from his family there. Maybe trying to, I don't know, plant aggro ward or something. Only had a sentry on hand. Maybe a bit cocky with his positioning. Maybe he's just creating space. But whatever it may be, he's dead now. So we'll send thoughts out to his fans and his family. But already back, Smash, defending out this top lane here. Archon still have plenty around in the Not Today jungle side. They got their own wards here. They continue to stall out. Roche is up. He's ready to brawl. And so's Archon. They're going to move in, and they're going to get a very quick one here. They got the Solar
Watch
Crest.
how fast this dies.
Yeah, they got KotLGuy in there. He gets stunned up. He's like, oh, you want to stun me, huh? Boom, bang, bomb. See you later, buddy. Enjoy your 26-second life. And now we got some Gouda on the floor. MSS is going to be picking that one up. Aegis, no surprise, going to be going to your KotLGuy. And now it's Archon. It's on them to put a lid on this game, and it's on Not Today to pull out one hell of a high ground defense.
It's so hard. It's really just Stampede timing, I think. It comes down to smashing when he uses his R button. He does it for Glimmer Cape now, so that'll keep him alive if he doesn't get stunned up, if he doesn't get bashed into indefinite death. MSS is now going to Assault Cross as well, so not only do they kill, you know, they chunk through armor quicker, they're just going to destroy these buildings even faster. There's an MKB for KotLGuy, so what was an issue at one point with the butterfly just doesn't really exist anymore. And they still have the Solar Crest that they could put on KotLGuy if need be. Unless Archon screws up pretty majorly here, I don't really see this being an issue for them.
Okay, here they go. Smash leads in, gets a stun, goes for the chop, quick destruction save. 2-3 is going down. This is the time, Not Today. You want to defend, you better make it happen. 6 is looking for that window for an echo, but Archon already know they have beautiful positioning here. Very well split. Or KotLGuy dancing in the front, has the Aegis, doesn't even worry about too much. Ush goes in. Pops BKB looking to go right for Crawler here. And, well, they're going to quickly bring them apart. Ush now godlike. MSS moves in for 6. 6 still can't find the echo he wants. Smash also holding his Stampede. They're just nursing these ultimates, hoping for something to happen. Oh, no!
Oh,
6!
no!
Oh, no! He will not get to use the echo in a way he likes. He ends up choking it up. Oh, look for that one. Jacked in the floor here, unfortunately. Van gonna get murderfied next. A triple kill for KotLGuy, and that is game.
Monster kill.
I don't know if that Echo Slam would have made or break the team play, but you hate to see it. That's just all I can really say about that. What could have been nice defensive play turns out to be, oh, damn. That's all you can really say. Archon, they should feel pretty okay about that game. They played well after about the 20-minute mark. And for Not Today, they shouldn't feel bad. This is a new squad, and they played very well against a team that is going to be going to TI, although they will be a wild card potential candidate here. That's still a very solid roster to go up against. So, and it is only the first game of this best of 3.
Yeah.
The question is, where do we go from here now?
Well, for Not Today, they go back to that drawing board, and they look to put something else together. While it was a good audible lane change-up, you still kind of left your Zeus maybe a little bit, out to dry. Now, he did get that first blood. It looked like he was on the recovery path. I do question going straight into an Ags. Ags on Zeus just really doesn't seem worth it. Just get that little bit of a bonus. Maybe he felt like at that point in the game he'd really be able to utilize it a lot, but unfortunately, it didn't work out in the end. Archon get the items they asked for, and they end up coming out on top with Ush leading the charge on his crazy Leshrek. And that's going to wrap things up, as you said, for game number 1. But it is a best of 3, so let's get ready to hop into game number 2. Folks, this is BTS Americas, powered by Squarespace. In addition, we got G2A, Face It Pro League, as well as Alpha Draft. So check those all out. I'm KotLGuy. That's Maut. We'll be back in just a few moments for game number 2 of Not Today, going against Team Archon.